I'm going to cover the 3D modeling tools with respect to a part. Okay. So with that, the tools which you are looking right now in this feature ribbon, that these 5 tools which you are looking right now are for adding material on any component. Aside of that, these 6 tools are used for removing material as per our sketch with any component. Okay. Now, if you want to make copies, fillet, or other drafting features, or change, you want to change the shape of a component or a part, with the help of this, you can do that. Okay. At last, these are supporting tools with respect to creating plane, axis, coordinate, or point. And this is a curve tool which is used to create a path as per with respect to curve through XYZ points or with respect to helix and spiral. And before that, I am going to design this part. So with respect to that, you got a better view that how we can use these tools for creating a component. Okay. Now you can see in my screen that these tools are unhighlighted. Okay, because the reference which is required to apply these tools on a part, it is not available right now. So as we create a first part on this screen or in this workspace, these tools are activated. Okay, so before designing this part, I am going to tell you that the first these 5 tools, 5 material adding tools with respect to a component. The first one is extrude boss or base tool. With the help of this, if we are going to create any profile with the help of a sketch toolbar, you can convert that part into a component with respect to thickness. Okay, so I'm going to create a rectangle which is center corner rectangle tool. Okay, so I'm clicking the center of coordinate point and then drag my mouse at any side and then press my left click of mouse. Then with the help of mouse gesture, one more thing I would like to tell you that while dragging the mouse with as per your gestures, these tools are available in your mouse gestures. This you can minimize the number of sketch toolbars or the tools with respect to mouse gesture from 4 to 8, and you can do that from here. That you have to go over here, top side corner, go to customize, then you have to go to mouse gesture and then add this pop-up over here. You can see that 4 or 8 gestures, so you can add tool as per your need with respect to gestures and with respect to tool also. So over here you can see that these different tools as per the different module are available, so you can edit that part. Okay, so over here I selected 8 gestures. That's why for using mouse gesture these 8 tools are available in my gestures. Okay, so over here I'm going to dimension this box. Before that I'm going to change the unit system, because by default it's MKS, so I am working in mmgs. Okay, millimeter gram second. So now it is converted, but we are exiting from the sketch. So with respect to that, I am going to edit the sketch again. For editing any sketch, what you have to do, you have to just right click on the sketch module, and the first icon which is looking in the pop-up, it's edit sketch. So from here you can edit any sketch as per your requirement. Over here I dimension this line, so with respect to putting the value, I can double click on this value, so it is edited, and now I'm going to fill the value of 50 millimeter. So it is a 50 millimeter, and with respect to width I'm going to dimension this line with respect to 30 at defined. I am going to do the same. Now exiting, you can exit this sketch or you can directly go to features, select the 3D tool for putting thickness in that component. So if you want to directly add thickness value, so you have to just click on extrude boss, or you can enter that toolbar with respect to put the 3D value thickness. Okay, so over here I am going to fill a value of 15 millimeter which is the height of that component. Suppose if you want to, put value or create a part which is equal from both sides, you can see over here, I select this plane, this top plane, okay, and create a sketch as per my design for putting thickness value, okay. So I need that if I am creating a part which is 25 millimeter in thickness, and I need that this component is equally distributed on this plane from both sides. So what you have to do, there are some selection modules over here. So with respect to that, you can select mid plane. After selecting mid plane, you can see that the component thickness is equally divided from both sides. Okay, this is one thing. Suppose the other thing is that you require to add value of thickness different on both sides. So for that what you can do, you have to select first blind, then click on direction 2, and then you can fill value as per your required design value. So with respect to that, you can see that the thickness of this component is different from both sides, that is above this top plane or below this top plane. Okay. The other thing is that while creating a solid component in this 3D modeling software, if we want to add a thin feature, that you want to create a hollow component with the help of this extrude boss tool, what you have to do, you have to click on thin feature. Okay. So if you want to add thickness value from inside or outside, so for that purpose what you can do, you can click on this tool. So the thickness value going to be reverse. Okay, and whatever the thickness value you want to fill, you can do over here, that I am going to fill a value of 3 millimeter. So with respect to that, the component is going to be got a boundary or a hollow component is created. Okay. The other thing is that I'm going to off the thin value and direction 2 also. Suppose you are creating a component which is having a tapered end from its base to the top. Okay. So for that what you can do, you can click on this draft tool on and off. So with respect to that, I am going to change the plane. If you are going to increasing the value, with respect to that, if you increase this value, you can see that from base the component is going to be drafted or going to be slanted from each and every side. This is the advantage of the software, that if you want to draft the component from each and every side at the same instant, you can do by increasing the value of drafting. Okay, or you can do this thing in reverse manner, that if you want to decrease the value in this manner, so you can get the original shape of the object. So with respect to this, and with the help of this toolbar, what you can do, you can add drafting value in the reverse direction. So with respect to that, you can see that the top dimension of this component is increasing as you increase the value of drafting. Okay, so in such a manner you can draft any component from inside to outside or outside to inside with respect to your design of that product. So in such a manner this component can be created. Okay, after this what you can do, this is the part which we created right now. Now the first part is created, and you can see the ribbon at top of this slide, that the tools which are unhighlighted earlier, it is activated right now. Okay, so in today's lecture I am going to showcase you that how these tools can be used with respect to any part designing. Okay, now the second tool over here, you can see that is revolve tool. So with respect to that, for that purpose I'm going to delete this part. Okay, you can use your keyboard also for deleting a component by selecting the part or the sketch and press delete from your keyboard. Other thing is that for creating for using the revolve command, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a profile. So while revolving any part on any plane, two things are required. First thing is that whatever sketch you are preparing, it should be closed from each side. Other thing is that for revolving any part or any sketch, you need a central axis. So before creating a part, you need to create a central axis, or after that you can also create the central axis. So before that, I'm going to create a profile for my revolving feature. Okay. So for that purpose, what I am going to do, I am going to create a flask over here, and with respect to that, I am going to use this spline command, which is beneficial over here for controlling the profile of that object. Okay. So over here you can see that while creating any sketch, by clicking the ends of this point, you can control the curve of that part. Okay. Over here you can see that the sketch is completed. Now what you have to do, you have to create a central line for revolving the part. Okay. After creating these two things, what you have to do, you have to create exit this sketch menu. Now what you have to do, you have to click on this revolve command. Okay. Over here, the advantage of selecting the sketch earlier before applying the tool is that it automatically detects the beneficial things which is required to apply that command. Okay. Suppose if you don't select that profile over here, or the sketch module, I'm going to click over here and then click on revolve boss. Okay. Now you can see that it is asking about the sketch. Over here, as you select the sketch, the profile is complete, the application of that toolbar is completed. So in such a manner you can create such components. Over here you can see that the features which are available in the extrude boss, which is similar to revolve boss. So this can be done, whatever we have done earlier with respect to extruded boss, this is also possible in this, that for two direction you can add a value. So over here I am going to fill a value of 70 degree, and from other side I am going to fill a value of 60 degree. So in such a manner you can see that from this sketch, from right to left, this curve is around 60 degree, and from left to right this curve is around 60 degree. You can change as per your requirement, that whatever value you can fill over here, and the part which is going to be created as per your design. With respect to this, the thin feature is also available, which fills a value of thickness with respect to the component. Okay. So this is the application of revolve command over here. Okay. Now I'm going to showcase how we use this soft boss base command. For that purpose, I'm going to delete this part. After this, for creating a swept boss, what you have to do, you need a profile for following a path with respect to the curve. Okay. So for that purpose, I'm going to create a path first. Okay. And for creating the path, I'm going to use the spline tool in sketch module. Over here, I'm going to create a spline as per your requirement. Okay. You can right now I'm drawing this spline as a free path. Okay. After that, I need to create a profile on this plane, but the difference is that in earlier tool, that is revolve boss command, we created two profile in a single sketch. Okay, but in with respect to this swept boss, what you have to do, you need to create two different profile in same path. Okay, so for that purpose, I'm going to create a datum plane over here. Okay, you can see that I am dragging my sketch in this workspace. So for dragging your sketch in this workspace, what you have to do, you have to press your scroller button in your mouse and then drag anywhere you want. With respect to that, the component which is created or the sketch which is created can be rotated in the workspace. So for creating a plane, what I'm going to do, I select the end point or the start point of that sketch which was created earlier, and then go to reference geometry and then click on plane. Actually, this is a datum plane which is useful for supporting any part drawing. Now you can see that the plane which is created is normal to that point. but I need that this plane should be created with respect to this point. So for that purpose, the select reference which I am going to select is the spline of this. Okay, so you can see that the plane which is created now, it is normal to this spline which I created earlier. Okay, after that you can exit that datum plane module. Now I need to create another profile with respect to that spline which follows that path. So this pop-up which you are looking right now, you can get this pop-up by pressing your space bar and then click on normal. You can also do this thing from over here, then click on this toolbar and then click on normal. Okay, after that, whatever profile you require to follow, you can create this sketch. Okay, so over here you can see that for applying this swept boss tool, what we have to do, we have to create this sketch, then click on swept boss, then it's ask you about the path which is to be followed by this profile, circular profile. In sketch path, what you can do, you can click on this path. With respect to that, the profile follows that path. So in such a manner, this swept boss can be created. And whenever you want to hide anything within this workspace or in the software, what you can do, you have to just right click on the thing which you want to hide in such a manner and then click on hide. So whatever you want to show someone or whatever you want to hide from someone, you can do this in such a manner. So if I want to show my plane again, so I am going to right click on that part and then click on show. So with respect to that, this swept boss feature can be performed. So this thing can be used for adding material or removing material, that I am going to show with respect to this diagram after telling all the tools with respect to the material adding ribbon. Okay. Now this is completed. Okay. So for next toolbar, that is lofted boss, I am going to delete all these which I created earlier. Now I am going to create lofted boss. So with respect to the icon which is showing over here, you can see with respect to that, we have to create true profile which we need to join, and that should be in different in shape. So for that, I am going to create a sketch on this plane. I am going to start this software in a moment. Okay. So for using the lofted boss base command, I am going to create true profile at this plane. Okay. So the first sketch which I am going to create it is a rectangle. And for creating a different profile at a certain distance, I need to create a datum plane. For this purpose, there is one thing which I forgot to do while starting the software again, that is converting the sketch from MMGS to MKS to MMGS. So for that purpose, I am going to sketch this, start this sketch again. Okay. So for creating the datum plane now, I am going to create a datum plane for creating a new sketch with respect to the earlier profile. I am going to draw this at a certain distance. Then if you want to create any profile at any plane which is showing in the workspace, you can directly right click on that sketch and then click on sketch. Then press your space bar and then click on normal. Over here I am going to create a circular profile and then exit the sketch. After that, these two profiles are different in shape, and if you want to join these two profiles with the help of a tool, that is called a lofted boss. Before that, I am going to select these both sketches and then click on lofted boss. Okay, so in such a manner, if two profiles which are different in shape, you can join them with the help of this lofted boss toolbar. I am going to exit this sketch. The one more thing you can control that the path of this object by in two manners. So for that purpose, I am going to delete this lofted tool. That can be performed in this lofted tool, but for applying that thing, I am going to delete that tool for giving thickness value with respect to these two profiles. So for that purpose, I am going to create a path as per my requirement over here. I am going to sketch that path in a center line manner. So for that purpose, I am going to select this spline tool and then exit. If I need to give a tangency with respect to the profile, if you gave a greater tangency, that can be difficult to create it. So if you somehow gave that value with respect to any ellipse manner, so that part is not going to be created. If you give a better if you gave a better more value with respect to tangency of this line with respect to the sketches which you created over here. Okay, so now I'm going to select the two sketch which I created, this plane, sorry, this sketch 2 and this sketch 1. After that, I'm going to click on lofted boss. So over here you can see that the two profiles are connected with the help of this lofted boss. And suppose if somehow you want to control the central line, so in such a manner you can change the shape of these two profile which is following this path. Okay, and if you want to exit the sketch, you can click over here. Suppose the tangency which we given in this two profile, it is difficult to create it, then this software doesn't allow you to exit the sketch module that I am going to show you. So for that purpose, I am going to delete this module again and then edit the sketch part, the profile which I created, and give a more tangency with respect to this sketch. And suppose if somehow if this sketch is not able to create it, then the software doesn't allow you to exit the sketch module. Then I'm going to click over here and in center line parameter I'm going to select this sketch path. So over here you can see that like clicking on the tick part, the sketch module doesn't allow me to exit the module because it is not possible at this plane to create that component. The software benefits is that the restriction which is created by experimental runs which was filled within the software. So for doing that thing you need to decrease the value of splines with respect to the component and then select on these two sketches, then click on lofted boss and then go to center line parameter and then again click on the center line. So the both profile follow that path. Right now it is not allowing us to do that thing, so that's why it is restricted us. So for that purpose I am going to edit the sketch module again and click the tangency, control my tangency of that path which I created. The central line path, that's why this restriction is there. Otherwise, this module also contains that part that the path which is followed by these two sides that can also be controlled. That I can show you after performing this. The center line parameter, click over here and then click OK. So you can see that the restriction which was already set in the software allows you that what can be manufactured or what can be created or not. Okay, so the tool which I shown over here is lofted boss, and you can see that the path which is following by these two profile is central parameter. Okay, center line parameter. The one more thing which was shown over here, that guides curves. Okay, So these curves are created at the outer boundary of these two profiles, and that can be drawn in a different manner. So for that, what you can do, I am going to delete this lofted tool over here, and also the sketch which I created over here. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create two paths from these two ends which joins these two profiles. Okay. Now click on this sketch front line, then keep the plane normal. You can drag the workspace for creating the path as per your necessity. Now I am going to change the alignment. Okay, this is one path. The other path which I am going to create it over here for the other side, or same, I am going to create also a different path. Okay, so you can see over here these two paths which I created over here is aligned at different manner. Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to select this sketch toolbar, then click on lofted boss. Now what I am going to do, I am going to start over here the side glide curves. So in that box, what I am going to do, I am going to select these two profiles which I created. So over here you can see that whatever these profiles which I created in this toolbox, the path which I created which is different from both sides can be connected with the help of this glide curve. Okay, so in such a manner, whatever profile you created over here, that can be joined with the help of this lofted boss in such a manner that this part can be shaped in a different manner from both sides. Okay, so this is a very beneficial tool for creating different for following a different path with respect to the structure of a component. Okay, now next module is the next tool, which is boundary boss. So with respect to this, the lofted boss and boundary boss, the difference is only is that you can create a surface over here. In the lofted boss, what we have done, we join two different sketches which are different in their geometry. Okay, but with respect to a sketch, if you want to join that sketch with respect to a plane with respect to a face of a geometry, for that purpose you have to use this boundary boss toolbar. Okay, for that what I am going to do, I am going to create a datum plane with respect to this for creating a different profile. For that I am going to increase the distance. Now what I am going to do, I am going to create a sketch over here. Now click normal. Over here I am going to create a hexagon. Okay, if you want to create constraint with respect to the hexagon, click on this and click on horizontal. So in such a manner you can align that part. Now this hexagon profile for showcase you how this boundary boss is different with respect to lofted boss. So over here you can see that I created a hexagon. Now if I want to follow this face, now I want to join this hexagon with respect to this face only, not with this sketch. So with respect to this boundary boss toolbar, we can do that. Now I'm going to click on this face. So in such a manner over here you can see that this geometries are connected with respect to the normal to profile over here selected, and now exit the sketch. So over here you can see that the sketch which I created over here is joined with respect to the face. So this tool can also be used for creating a drill bit with respect to the geometry of a component. So over here you can see that the twist drill feature can be used with respect to this boundary boss tool, in which you can create tangency of connected lines that is created over here. You can also change that thing by right editing that part. So over here you can see that whatever these lines are joined over here, okay, you see over here there is a green dot. So if I'm going to pick that dot and drag over there, so the geometry which is created going to be changed as per you dragging. So over here you can see that the circulariness of this component which is changed right now as per the changing with respect to joining parameter. Okay. So in such a manner you can do these things with the help of these tools. Now the tools which I told you right now, that extrude boss, revolve boss, swept boss, lofted boss and boundary boss. These are the tools which are used for adding material in any component. Okay. Now aside of that, these 6 tools which you are looking right now over here, in which it was written that extruded cut, hole wizard, revolved cut, swept cut, lofted cut and boundary cut. So these 6 tools are used for remove material in the same manner. Okay, which I am going to showcase you. So for that I am not going to delete this part. I am going to create a sketch over here. The advantage of this software or 3D modeling is that at any face you can create a part by right click on that face and then click on sketch module. Okay. Now with respect to normal, you can press your space bar in the same manner and then click on this icon. This is keeping the component normal. The different window which you are looking in the same thing is that if you want to see different views of that component in a different manner, so you can select over here in such a manner. In the same window or in the same workspace, you can see different views of that part which was created by you. Okay. So and that can be get it back by doing this, that you have to select the single window for viewing that part. Other thing is that if you want to see different views of that component, that with respect to this or the line diagram or the wire diagram, and the behind line should be showcased and behind line should be in dark line manner. So in such a manner you can do these things, and for again watching that part in solid manner you can click on this. So these are the different things which can be used with respect to creating a part. This toolbar is used to fit to window. Okay, so suppose if you zoom it, zoom out or any place, so by pressing your space button and then click on oh no, so this one can be done with respect to this icon. Okay, so this by pressing this icon, wherever the component you created, it comes to your main screen. Okay, this toolbar is used for zooming a particular part of a component. So in such a manner, with shorter movement of your mouse or hand, you can view a particular corner of a component. Okay, so these are the tools which is useful for getting a part zoom in or zoom out. Okay, this is section plane. Suppose if you create a cut, and now for that purpose I'm going to start this the other tool, that is extrude cut. So for that purpose also I'm going to hide this plane. Okay, now for creating a part over here I'm going to click on right sketch and then click on sketch, then keep the component normal with me, and now I'm going to create a circle over here. I am creating this sketch for removing a material from this part which I created over here. Okay, now select the sketch, click on extruded cut. Okay, the other thing is that you can see over here this part of material going to remove at this location. You can increase that value. Okay, and if you want to do a hole which is through of this material and you don't want to feel or you don't know the value of this length, so what you can do, you can click on this and click through all. Okay, so in such a manner, whatever the part or whatever the length which is required to remove the material from whole or complete part, that can be done with the help of these different methods. Up to surface is another part of this which I'm going to show you after this. The other features which are available in extruded boss, that is direction to thin feature, this is also available. And if you want to taper that profile with respect to creating a part, that can be also used. If you want to flip that part, you can click over here. So in such a manner, the other part which is going to be moved as per your design. Okay. So if you click OK, so the material which is going to be created, or the material which you want to remove, now it is shown with the help of this. So over here you can see that the material which needed to be removed as per your design, it is removed. Okay. Other thing is that with respect to this, I am talking that up to surface. So that can be used for adding a material or removing a material. That can be used for both purpose. Okay. For that thing, what I am going to create, what I am going to do, I am going to add a material, and so we have a plane over here. I am going to create a sketch over here for showcase you that how this can be performed. So over here I am going to create a rectangle, and now over here I am going to add material. Okay, and this can be done on over here. You see that the material added on this side, but for telling the up to surface toolbar, what I am going to do, I am going to select this part and click over here. So the material adding direction should be flipped. Now when I am going to select this face, so it is asking that up to what surface you want to add material. In the similar manner, up to what surface you want to remove material. So that can be done. So over here, the other advantage is that whenever you are going to apply this tool, whatever the profile at the end of that part, it is automatically covered by the tool. There's no need to tell you that the profile at the end of that object is curved in nature. You just need to tell that tool that the up to what surface you want to add material. After exiting the sketch, you can see that this module or this part takes the shape of end. In similar manner, if you want to do this thing, so for that purpose, I am going to showcase you that how can that can be performed. Over here, I am going to sketch a part. Click over here, then click up hexagon. But I need the constraint that, okay, that can be done with the help of this also. So with respect to that, I need to extrude cut up to where? Up to surface. So for that, I'm going to click over here. So over here, you can see that whatever the first intersection which was selected by, or the first surface which you select over here, you can remove material in such a manner. So with the help of these tools, you can add a material or remove a material by just selecting the face of that component. Other thing is that if you want to see this cut from inside, what you can do, whatever plane you created, okay, over here you can see that this plane is at the middle. Okay, now if you want to see that what type of cut which is created, or the cut which is created correct or not from inside the geometry, so you have to select the front any plane which you created or which is already available. With respect to that, just click over here. Okay. Now by dragging the plane below, you can see whatever the material which we created, and then click OK. So over here you can see that whatever part or whatever the amount of material which is removed follows the same path. So this is used for getting a better glimpse of the component which is to be removed from that part. Now if you want to get back that part in a complete manner, you have to just click on this section cut. So you got the complete part in this manner. Okay. After this, the hole wizard is there. If you want to create a hole which is of different shape, so with this hole wizard, you can create this by selecting a face of any part, and that can be performed with respect to a component which is already available. So these parts are created with respect to applying screw. Okay, so if I selected this one and click on position, and this is actually a standard which is following. So JIS is Indian standard, which is followed by this size of, so whenever you are going to market to buy any nut or screw, so there are few standards which is already available as per the international governance. With respect to that, the different sizes are already available over here. And if you want to place that type of sketch in this module, what you have to do, you have to just click anywhere you want, and whatever the profile which is selected by you over here, you can see that the small depth cut over here, counter bore, and then a long length of this cut which is required as per the profile where you selected over here, and the entire cut which is made at the end of this part. Okay, so what you can do, you can also control the length of this module by going to position and then click the value over here. So with respect to this, you can control whatever thickness value you can require. So over here, actually the up to next value condition is selected. That's why this is so. So if you select the blind toolbar, so you can control the diameter, the width of that, the tapering, and the angle which is required to be created. So in such a manner, you can do by your own. So right now I'm going to select through all, so get a better view. Now click OK. So in such a manner, there are different whole icons which are available. With respect to that, you can do by practice, you can do that. I'm just showcasing only one tool that is used for creating a hole. Over here, I'm just dragging this to showcase you how that over here. Okay, then OK. So over here you can see that whatever the profile which is shown by the tool, it is created. So in such a manner, the different profiles which are available in this module, that can be created. So over here you can see the different shapes, that is counter shrink, hole, straight tap. These are the different designing methods which are used for creating this screw or creating these empty spaces, or applying screw which creates a, or which provides a fixture with respect to different parts. Okay, so in such a manner, this whole specification wizard can be applied on any component. One more thing I would like to add, that if you want to create your own design of any screw thread, okay, so for that purpose, there wherever this standard which was saved within the your library C drive, and you want to create a custom designed whole path. So with respect to that, first of all, you have to create that part in sketch module, then save in the same path where this software installed, and these standards which is saved within the your C drive. Over there you can save that part, then that customized part can be seen in this size toolbox. Okay, that can also be done with this help of these tool. Now this revolve cut can be performed in similar revolved boss manner. So if you want to remove material from this plane or the middle plane, over here I am going to select this right plane, sketch, then keep the plane normal. Then what I am going to do, first of all, I need a center line, so removing the material. Okay, after that I need a sketch. This line is created additionally. So after that, what I need a sketch over here. So with respect to that, I am going to create a slot cut, then click OK. Then what I have to do, I need to revolve this feature around a path. Okay, so over here you can see that this path is created, and for get a better view, I need to cut the object with respect to the section cut. The one thing which is not done, that I need to create these path in different sketches. Okay, actually I created this tool, this circular path, and which is followed by the sketch is in the same profile. So for that I am going to delete this revolve tool, and then edit is this sketch, Again, I am going to follow. Okay, I thought the center line which is created by me is deleted somehow, or it is available. I'm going to check for that. But for that, I'm going to delete this center line, so it is known to me that it is available or not, or which is created by me or not. So that line is required. I'm going to create again. After that, I'm going to create this which is already there. So I'm going to check why this is not going to happen. Select the sketch, revolve cut, axis. Actually, I think that this sketch module is required by some another path. So for that, I'm going to edit this sketch. Okay, I'm going to create another sketch with respect to this plane, right plane. Again, I'm going to create a sketch, then center line. Or you can also do one more thing, that you can convert entity, use convert entities tool. So by clicking on this center line, you can click on convert entities. So whatever profile view which was created on that part, that copies in this. But over here you can see that this is a line which is created, and we need for construction purpose only, because there is no need to combine these two components in the same manner. Now what I'm going to do, select the sketch first, then create lofted cut, and then for center axis I am going to select the other sketch which is created by me. It is somehow not selecting that one. There's some problem which is created right now, that's why this is not created, the revolve cut feature. So for showcasing this, I'm going to delete this whole part and then create a new part. So for getting a better idea that how this is performed, yes to all. So in such a manner you can delete each and every part with the help of single selection. So over here I'm going to create a solid part for showcasing you how the revolve cut which is going to be used. In front plane I'm going to create a sketch, keep the component normal, create a center line, then after that you need to create a profile. First of all, I'm going to take a circle for checking that if there is any problem, or this can be done with the help of this tool. There's some problem, I think that's why it is not happening. I'm going to edit the sketch, then create a closed structure. Okay, edit, come and upload a sketch, and then select over here, then select the plane, then cut. This, over here you can see that the profile is cut right now, and for showcasing you better, I'm going to change the profile. So over here you can see that the revolve cut is designed. It showcases that whatever the profile which is created over there, there should be no gap with respect to the central axis which you created over there. Okay, so that was one of the constraint which is required. That's why it is not happening in earlier. So in similar manner, this step can also be performed. So for that, I'm going to create this solid part again. Okay, after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a path, and keeping this path in center, I'm going to create a central datum plane. Flip over here. This is the datum plane which is created. I created this plane for keeping my profile or whatever geometry which I need to create should be in center. Okay. So for that I'm going to create two lines. This is the path which I am creating right now, followed by a sketch, and putting a fillet over here. As per my sketch requirement, then exit sketch. After that I need to create a profile over here. Okay, first of all I cancel. I need to create a sketch over here, then keep the normal component and create a sketch at the center of that path. The one thing which you have to keep in mind that while creating or using this tool, the swept cut, you need to create two different profiles as per your need. So first of all, the sketch which I created over here, or the profile which I created, which is to be followed by a certain path. So for that, I'm going to select the sketch first, then click on swept cut, then click on this path. Okay. So here, someone unmute his mic. So I getting a voice. Sarthak, I think. So in such a manner, you can remove material from this solid geometry. And for looking out, getting a better glimpse, you can create a section cut for getting the glimpse of that part. So over here, you can see that the path which is to be followed by the component that is cut within that part. So over here, whatever profile which needs to be followed by a certain curve can be performed with the help of this. Okay. So in similar manner, what is the difference between swept cut and lofted cut? The difference that whatever profile which I created over here, and that can be seen from here, that this is the profile which is followed by this path. Okay. So suppose if somehow if you need to create two different profile at two different sides, that can be done with the help of lofted cut. Okay. So with respect to that, we are going to perform this thing. For that, I'm going to undo this of the section cut module. And also I'm going to delete this part, delete this swept cut. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this sketch also. I'm going to keep this part and going to create a different profile on this face. So over here I'm going to create a rectangle, a center rectangle. Okay, then okay. Now over here you can see that if I am going to keep in wireframe mode, you can see over here that two profiles are available in this workspace, that this is rectangular one and the other is circular one. Okay, or this, sorry, this is hexagon. So with respect to this, you can you can remove a material with respect to two different profiles with the help of this lofted cut. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the two different profiles which I created. I'm going to check that this is actually the sketch. So these sketches are selected. Now I'm going to click on lofted cut. Then you can see over here the straightness of this profile which is connected. And for straightening that, I'm going to also change the joining point of this component and then go on center line parameter module and then click on this center line. So over here you can see that whatever the center line path which is to be followed is done with respect to this center line parameter and then click on OK. So in such a manner you can cut a profile with respect to a component and having a different profile on both sides. So over here you can see that over this side, this is a rectangular path which is available, or the profile is rectangular, and the other side the profile is hexagonal. So in such a manner these two different profiles are connected with the help of this toolbar. Okay. So in this way this material can be removed. Okay. Right now I'm going to stop this and going to showcase these different tools which I am showcasing you, that how this can be used with respect to the boundary cutter only left, and that can be used in a similar manner of boundary boss. And this tool is only used for removing a material. So this tool is used for removing a material by connecting a face with respect to a geometry. Okay. So now after this, all these helping toolbars that can be covered in the next class. The diagram which I showed at the starting of this class is this one. So with the tools which I explained earlier, I'm going to use that tool for creating this profile. Okay. So with respect to that, I'm going to showcase you at how this can be performed or how this part can be created. While while opening or closing this window, you do not need to exiting the whole SolidWorks software or 3D modeling software. You have to just close the window only. So with respect to that, you are just getting out of that module. Okay. So now I'm going to create this part, showcase you how this can be made. So it is total the viewer's choice that from where it can be, or the designer choice that from where the part creation can be started. From my perspective, I am going to create this circular part which has a radius of 2.5 radius, and I have a fillet of 1 by 8 inch. With respect to that, I am going to create a circle over here of following a certain path with respect to the diameter of that, and the diameter of this profile which is around diameter of 1. Okay, and the unit is inches over here. So with respect to that, we can change that part that in inches. Okay, now I'm going to create the sketch plane, and whatever the unit system which is followed by the designer, that can be written at after creating that part. It is a very important thing. So with respect to that, what I am going to do, I am going to create a path. Okay, or trace a particular path by keeping the profile of these components. So this circular circle which is followed by these two line, and the diameter is around 2.50 or 3.50 inches. So the diameter of the center part is around 1 inch. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to create a circular arc. With respect to that, I am going to follow a path. So with respect to that, I am going to create a rectangle which is of, sorry, I am going to create a circle which is of 1 inch in diameter. Let me confirm this. Actually, this okay. This diameter. Okay. So this is 1 in diameter, and what I am going to do, I am going to create two center lines. Again, I am going to create another center line. So over here, I am going to create this circular path. So for that purpose, if the center of the circle is this one, so the distance from over here to here is around 3. So this value should be 3. I mistakenly will fill the value of 2. So in such a manner, this path is created. Why I'm creating these two center lines? Actually, right now I am creating a path which is to be followed by a cycle that should be of 1 in diameter. Okay, and the outer diameter of this is around 2.50. Okay, so with respect to that, the thickness of this part should be 1.5. Okay, it is 1.5. So with respect to that, I'm just creating a path which is to be followed by two cycles. Okay, and one more thing I need to do is that I'm going to create this circular path should be in construction mode. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a sketch over here, which can be followed by that part. Okay, so what I'm going to create a circle, and with respect to the dimension, that is 2.5 in diameter, and this should be 1. So the total diameter of this is 2.5. So for dimensioning purpose, actually somehow I selected the exit command. So I'm going to dimension this of 2.5. The diameter actually the radius actually showing you here. Actually, I haven't seen one thing is that this is actually written R over here. So the diameter of this circle should be, it's 3 to 6 diameter in inches. So the sketch which I created over here, sorry, for following the path should be 3 inches, 6 inches. So over here I'm going to create, I mistakenly haven't seen the R value. Now the circle which I created, I'm going to check that, and this is to be created. So suppose if somehow you created a circle at a different location, but you need to join with respect to coincident with respect to component, so you can do this thing. You can select both center points of both sketches and then click OK. Okay. So now I'm going to fill the value, that what is the dimension of that circle. So over here you can see that the diameter of this circle is 2.5. So I'm going to fill the value of 2.5. After that, there is another circle which is 1 in diameter. You can do also that part in thickening of that, but I am creating over here, and this is 1 in diameter. Okay. So the circular part is now we have to follow this path, follow this sketch by this path. Okay, so that can be done in such a manner. Actually this path should be created in same sketch. The one thing I need to create it, not going to create it a construction. Okay, after that what I'm going to do, I am going to select this sketch, swept pause, select the curve. Now it is created. So this center part which is created right now, the only thing which I required is to create these two plates. So for that what I am going to do, I am going to create a circle of 3.5 inches with a diameter of 1. So that can be done with the help of this module. So I over here I am going to create a circle which is of 3.5 diameter, 3.5 inches. Okay, this 3.5, I'm just creating the outer circle, and you can click create the circle, or you can convert entities so the sketch can be created. Now what you can do, you have to just add thickness, and that should be of 0.25. so this is 0.25 in value, and in diagram you can see that the thickness which is given to this component should be on negative side, so that should be on other side. So in such a manner this can be created. Other thing is that we need to create these 4 holes, and that should be of, why this 8 is written and over 2 is written. Actually the other side dimension are not shown in this sketch, so there are 4 holes over here and other 4 holes on this part. Okay, that's why it's 8. Over here you can see that 2 into 3.5, so one circle is this one, other circle is this one. That's why this complete dimension is written on this side. So we can create a part over here. Also we can create a circular pattern with respect to this component. So I'm going to create a circular pattern onwards. Right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a circle of 0.25 diameter and then create a circular pattern with respect to that. So over here I'm going to create a circle which is of 0.25 in diameter, 0.25 inches. Now what you can do, you can create a circular pattern over here. The center point which it identifies automatically should be not correct, and that should be over here. Actually it picks the coordinate system. So for that what we have to do, we have to click on circular sketch. Actually the center point of this path is not showcasing, so what we can do, we can showcase the central axis, then select over here. Now I'm going to select the sketch module, click on circular pattern and click over here. Entities to pattern is selected by this one. Right now actually it doesn't fix the arc which is selected by this one, clear selection, this, and the profile which is to be covered by this is right now it is not working. So what we can do, we can also create a solid pattern also. So with respect to this, I am going to remove this material over here with this extrude cut, and this is cut over here you can do. So the material which is removed right now, and that should be done with respect to completely. So for that what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit this and up to next. So now this is completely removed. Now what we can do, we can create this circular pattern of this part at this central axis, and the number should be 4. Okay, so you can see that this can be done with respect to that, but I think that this part should not be up to next, blind, then okay. So this hole is now corrected. Now what we can do, we can create a complete circular pattern of this component around the central curve, which is showcased over here. These are 2 sketches. Actually, I think for that purpose, what we need to do, we have to create the another sketch, because the sketch which I created over here, now it is created. Actually, it collects the different wrong path. So for that, I'm going to delete. I'm going to select this plane, which is not going to be corrected by this. This is not going to be the correct one. Pattern axis should be over here. So for that, what we can do, we can create an axis on this. So what we can do, we can create a line, a center line over here that we can pick. So as per user, these modification can be done with your requirement. So with respect to this, I'm going to create a circular pattern, and the axis should be, actually it is not picking by the component. Now it's picked, and it's going to be 2, and the value of this should be 90 degree. Also 90 degree, so it should be around 270. Okay. So in such a manner that can be created. So it's total on designer that in what manner this part can be created. So over here you can see that these parts can be created with the help of these tools. So in today's lecture I am going to cover only up to this extent.